Hey, what is up, YouTube's the one and only here. So I'm coming at you with not an opening, but something a little different. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time now, and I was just waiting to receive some cards. But I'm coming at you with a Gimmick Puppet deck profile. This deck is probably one of the funnest, if not the funnest deck I've played. It's pretty cool. I mean, it makes you feel like you're in a show, just because you could summon so many boss monsters and all that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this deck is pretty fun. It's usually I've tested it for like a week now, and it's pretty good like this. There's some tweaks I would change, but other than that, this is what I have right now, and I'm gonna show you guys. So first, we're gonna start off with the main card, Gimmick Puppet Jewelry Doll. As you guys know, probably almost all the support that they needed came in premium gold, so that was pretty cool. So we're gonna run 3 of her, and basically you want to get her to the graveyard as soon as possible so you could get your plays off. Cause when this card's in the graveyard, you could banish another Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard and special summon her to the field. So you get your rank 8s pretty easily with her effect. So you need to run 3 of her. Alright, so that's gonna do it for her. Next, we're gonna run 3 Gimmick Puppet Magnet Doll. This card is also essential to the deck because this is pretty much your Cyber Dragon of the deck, if you will. If your opponent controls a monster and you control at least another Gimmick Puppet monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So you could spam the field pretty much quick. And what I usually do is I send her to the graveyard and special summon her by her effect by banishing 1 Gimmick Puppet monster. And if I have this in hand, I would just go ahead and special summon him and get an easy rank play off of him real quick. So 3 of him is mandatory for this deck, and yeah. Alright, for the next Gimmick Puppet, we're going to be running 3 of, let's see, Humpty Dumpty. I'm thinking about cutting him to 2 just because it gets a little cloggy, but his effect is pretty good. When you normal summon this card, you could special summon 1 other Gimmick Puppet monster from your hand, and yeah, you can only use his effect once per turn, but his effect is pretty good if you have any dead rank 8s that you can't special summon from your hand. So say you open up with these 3 right here, right? And you have no resources for Jewelry Doll. You could go ahead and summon Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty. Go ahead and special summon Jewelry Doll in defense. And after that, go ahead and special summon your Magnet Doll and go ahead and go into a rank 8 play. So yeah, that's a pretty good effect. But I'm thinking about cutting him to 2 because I think I only need 2. But yeah, I'm still testing it. So yeah, we're going to be running 3 of him. Next, we're going to be running 2 Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms. I'm only running the 2 just because you don't need the 3. 2 is pretty good. This is basically a Foolish Burial. But so once you normal summon her, you can send 1 Gimmick Puppet monster to the graveyard. So yeah, usually you want to send Jewelry Doll to the graveyard. And yeah, just you could get your plays off with that. And she also Gimmick Puppet, as you guys know, they have low attack. So this one's usually one of the highest. She has 1200. So yeah, it's good opening up with her. Next, I'm only running 1 Gimmick Puppet Egghead. I'm thinking about if I might just take out the 3rd Humpty Dumpty and add another Gimmick Puppet Egghead, just because his effect, if you have any dead rank 8s or level 8s in your hand that you can't summon, you just go ahead and summon him, discard it, and either inflict 800 or make him level 8. So you could get some plays off of that. So 1 Egghead's pretty good right now. Next, I'm running 1 Gimmick Puppet Shadow Feeler, or Human Centipede as some people like to call him. This card is pretty good. It's a OTK stopper, essentially. I like sending him to the graveyard sometimes, pretty soon. Sometimes I do it before Jewelry Doll just because if I don't have a good hand, I could just wait until my opponent attacks, and if they try to OTK me, his ability is if your opponent attacks directly, you can special summon from the graveyard, but you take 1000 damage, but this card can't be destroyed by battle, so that's pretty good. And that's also a rank or level 8, so you get some pretty nice plays off of him. So say you have him, and then on your next turn, special summon a Magnet Doll. So you get an easy rank 8 player right there. So And only one of him is necessary because you don't want to take too much damage because of his effect. But yeah. Alright, next, this is probably, this is the last gimmick puppet. I'm running one gimmick puppet gear changer. This one's effect is pretty cool. It's basically a copycat. And this can't be special summoned from the deck, but once per turn you could target one other gimmick puppet monster and copy its level. So you get into some rank 8s or rank 4s from this, and that's what I usually do sometimes. Depends on the situation. I either go to a rank 4 or level 8. Next, I'm going to be running 2 Mystic Tomato. This is just to search your either your Shadow Feeler or any other gimmick puppet doll that calls for the situation. So it's pretty good. You usually want to set it and just you could either run over it, like destroy itself by running into another monster, or sometimes if the opponent doesn't want to attack into it, I would just go into a rank 4 play and go off from there. So that's pretty cool. So 2 of him searches your plays off. So yeah. Next, I'm only going to be running one Dark Arm just because you could manipulate your graveyard pretty easily with this deck. So one Dark Arm is pretty good. It's pretty good if you open up with it, because you usually have 3 darks by like your second turn. So, and after that you could just go off on your opponent. So that's pretty good. One Dark Arm's necessary in this deck, I'd say. And that's going to do it for the monster lineup. Alright, and for the spells, we're going to be running 3 Junk Puppet. This card is pretty broken in this deck. It's basically a Monster Reborn. Just the only downside is you can only use it once per turn, but you only need it pretty much once, just because say you have like a Dreary Doll or any other Magnet Doll in your graveyard, and then you special summon a monster, you could pretty much get it instant, like a rank 8 with this. So it's pretty good to run these. So 3 is necessary. Next, I'm running a 2 rank up Magic Argent Chaos Force. I sadly don't have the other rank up Magic. I only pulled 1 for my premium gold, but 2 is necessary just because you could get your rank up plays, and because the normal number monsters, they're pretty defensive, so their chaos forms are like offensive, so that's pretty good. And with your number 40 Gimmick Puppet of Strings, you can make some pretty crazy plays, just like clear the whole board and plus inflict some damage to it. And yeah, and this effect's pretty good because once you use it and then you normal summon what is it, a level 5, a rank 5 or higher monster, you could get this card from your graveyard to your hand and use it again. So it's pretty recyclable, and yeah, it works really good with this deck. It was pretty much made for this deck, so yeah, 2 of them is enough. So, and next, for some draw power, we're going to be running 3 trade-ins, just because you have a whole bunch of targets for this. If you have like dead Dreary Dolls, you could pretty much send it to the graveyard, which is what you want for a Dreary Doll, and get +2 off of it, so that's pretty good. So 3 of that. Next, I'm only running 1 advanced draw. It's pretty much if you summon like a Magnet Doll, you could tribute him off and get a +2 off of that, and yeah. So next, I'm only running 1 Foolish Burial, just because it's pretty good to open it up with this, because if you get a trade-in with Dreary Doll, if you open up with that, you could pretty much trade in Dreary Doll and send a Shadow Feeler or something, or just like another Gimmick Puppet, and get your plays off of with that. So it's pretty good to open up with this. So 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Liminal Removal, just because you can inflict, your monsters are pretty big, and if you double their attack, you could pretty much OTK them pretty quickly. So yeah, 1 Liminal. I'm only running 1 Machine Dupe just because that's all I have. So yeah, it's pretty good if you special summon like your Dreary Doll or whatever. You can Machine Dupe it and get your, you could pretty much go into like any level 8 monster you desire. So next, I'm running 3 MST just for back row hate, because this deck pretty much it could lose to some back row, as in Compulse or Bottomless and all that. So the 3 MST is necessary for this deck. Next, I'm running 1 Book of Moon just for you could use it as defense or offense. So yeah, Book of Moon in there. Next, I'm running 2 Threatening Roar just so if your opponent like Veilers one of your plays, or Phoenix Chains one of your monsters effect, say like a Gimmick Puppet what's it called? Scissor hands or scissor arms. You know, you don't want to leave your field open for white for attack, so 2 Threatening Warrior works pretty good just until you get your plays off next turn. So 2 of that, and I'm only running 1 Waboku. I was testing a 3 Waboku. I was going between Threatening Roar and Waboku, but I found that 2 Threatening Roar and 1 Waboku worked pretty fine with me. So yeah, because your monsters are pretty high attack, or your ranks, your XCs, I mean, so you only need 1 Waboku. So next I'm running 2 Phoenix Chain just because it's pretty good. This format stops your opponent's effects, and yeah, pretty much locks him down. Next I'm running 1 Compulse just to get over problem monsters. So yeah. Next, 1 Black Horn of Heaven just because it's pretty good. I've always said, I've always liked this card, and people are barely starting to catch on how good it is. So yeah, it's pretty good. Stops any special summon monster. So yeah, I was running 2 of it, but I took off 1 just because I needed more room in this deck. So yeah. Next, I'm running 1 Trap Stun just so you could go ahead and get your OTKs off pretty easily, so you have no worries. So one Trap Stun is pretty good. Next, I'm running 1 Dimensional Prison just to get over problem monsters. 1 Bottomless. I'm thinking about taking it out, but that's in for now. 1 Ghost of a Grudge. This card is pretty good for this deck, especially just because your monsters are high attack. So, and your monsters, your normal or your effect monsters are pretty low attack. So if your opponent attacks with the high monster, say like Black Luster Soldier or whatever, you can pretty much activate this, make it 0, and then next turn go off and get your rank 8 plays, and it's pretty much a direct attack basically. So yeah, you can get your OTKs pretty good with this deck. And for the last card, I'm running 1 Solemn Warning just for basic problem monsters. So that's gonna do it for the main deck. So we'll set that aside. Let's see. Sorry about that. So this deck is pretty fun to play with. I suggest you guys started playing this because it's pretty fun. Alright, for the extra deck, I am missing some cards, for example like Exciton Knight and number 101, but I just put in some random cards in here. So we are going to be running 2 number 40 Gimmick Puppet of Strings. When I was testing this, sometimes I would try and go into the 3rd one, but I wouldn't have it, so I'm thinking about bumping into 3, but as for now, 2 of them works pretty decent. So 2 number 40s. You guys should know what she does already. Basically detach and place the string counter on every monster except herself. And once you go to your rank up magic, you pretty much summon this card right here. Number C40, Gimmick Puppet of Dark Strings. And when she is special summoned, she destroys all the monsters that has string counters on them and inflicts damage equal to the highest original attack among those destroyed monsters. So it is pretty good with this. And you can pretty much clear the whole board if you special summon her. And her effect, so she doesn't have to be a rank up magic. She just has to be a special summon. So you could, if she's in the graveyard and you already have string counters on the field, you could use, like, for example, a Junk Puppet to special summon her, and she will still get her effect off. So basically, it will still remove the monsters with string counters on them and still deal damage. So that's pretty good in that aspect. So yeah. To her, next I'm running a 1 number 15 Gimmick Puppet Grinder. I'm thinking about bumping up to 2, but as for now, 1 seems okay with this. So yeah. And with him comes his Chaos form, number C15 Gimmick Puppet Giant Hunter. His effect is pretty good as well. Basically destroy 1 card your opponent controls, and if it was a monster, inflict damage equal to its original attack. So yeah, you can pretty much end games with these cards. So as you can tell, like, the normal ones are like defensive, and the Chaos ones are like offensive. So that's pretty cool. Next I'm running 1 number 88 Gimmick Puppet of Leo. It's pretty easy to get him out. I have gotten him out like 3 times already, so yeah, it's pretty easy. And once you get his win condition, it's pretty funny to see the other player get mad. So 1 of him. Next I'm running the Chaos form of him, number C88. It's pretty good. I've gotten him off like twice already, so that's pretty cool. So 1 of him. Next I'm running the 1 number 107 Galaxy Eyes, just for a generic level rank 8. I mean, so yeah. And for the last rank A, I'm running 1 Googly Eyes Drum Dragon, just so you could get some OTKs or some more, deal some more damage. You basically detach, it becomes 4,000. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the rank 8s. And for some rank 4s, I'm running one number 82 Heartland Draco. This card is pretty good. If say your opponent is like playing some sort of stall deck, you can pretty much use this effect, just attack directly. If they have like a marshmallow on the field or whatever, you can pretty much use this effect and get over that pretty easily. So yeah. Next, I'm running one number 85 Crazy Box, one number 50, one Gaga for game, and one Evil Swarm Thanthos. So yep, that's gonna do it for the extra deck, guys, and that's gonna do it for the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think of this deck. It is a pretty fun deck. It's probably the best deck or the funnest deck I've played in a while. So yeah, I suggest you guys play this on like Dueling Network or Death Pro, whatever, and try it out. And give me some suggestions on what I should change in the comments below. Yeah, I could use some just to like make this deck better. I'm still testing it as now, but as of right now, it's a pretty fun deck. And yeah. So if you guys like this, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and this is the one and only signing out.